you. In order to help stop the spread of COVID-19, Governor Doug Ducey's office issued an executive order which closed down most gyms and fitness studios. Now, some are reopening with long-term safety precautions in mind.
But one gym owner, Olivia, is taking things a step further. So he's building a gym with coronavirus in mind. Kylie is live to explain. We're all ears. I think this might be the wave of the future.
Hey, good morning, guys. This is definitely a really difficult situation. Dream was to own your own fitness studio, something like this, and you get everything in order, you start the process, and then COVID hit. This was back in March, but they are going to be opening, hopefully having that grand opening sometime, they say, in October. We're here kind of in the Arcadia area near 40th Street and Thomas. We've got the owner, Jake, joining us now. He is with Todd Smith Fitness. So tell me a little bit about your situation, because you said March 13th, you're excited, and then COVID hits. What was going through your mind trying to open up a gym in a pandemic?
Fight or flight a little bit. What am I getting myself into? But I'm grateful to be here, and we are hoping to have our grand opening in October, but of course following all CDC guidelines to do so.
So as we kind of show you the space here, we've got one of your staff members kind of cleaning things. Walk me through what went into developing and creating this gym, because you've been doing this for the last couple of months when COVID's been hitting the state pretty hard.
Yep. So first of all the equipment is brand new, state-of-the-art equipment, just out of the box. All of it is spaced 6 feet apart. So we actually had to pull back the curtain a little bit. We had multiple pieces that we paused, so that we could keep the space nice and open 6 feet apart, so that our members can feel super comfortable working out in here.
So that obviously was a big thing, reducing the number of equipment that you have in here. You also had to put the sanitizer up. You've got your trainer over here cleaning. So walk me through that process as well.
So everything we do is by appointment only, which is really great. So the trainer will be working out with the client. All of our memberships come with personal training. You'll work out, the trainer will make sure all the equipment's wiped down. We have a very strict process on that. It starts with what you see over here, the wipe down phase, the dry phase. We also ask clients the moment they walk in, they sanitize their hands as well as wash their hands before they leave. We also have HEPA filters in as well to also keep the air nice and clean. And we do fogging once a month as well, which also just helps with keeping the equipment and all of the metal nice and clean as well.
How much of a challenge has this been to create this essentially from the ground up with COVID in the back of your head?
It's, the craziest thing about it is just not knowing what the next day will unfold. And so there's just been a lot of unknowns in this process, but my passion for the last 10 years has been helping other people. So I'm a firm believer that this is the best thing someone could do right now, is work out, focus on your immune system. So that's always been in the top of mind, just making sure I can continue to do that. It's definitely motivated me to continue forward during this crazy time, for sure.
We're kind of the second half of the gym. This is where you have all the big pieces of equipment. How many more, equipment did you expect to have in here that you had to pull out?
So about 6 pieces.
Wow.
So if you see over on the cable machines, there's areas to put there. We had more leg pieces here, and then we had a couple more cardio pieces that we also had to go ahead and pause for right now as well.
We are here at Todd Smith Fitness. What's really interesting is they signed the lease on this March 13th. If you remember, that's right at the time when we started hearing about COVID in New York, and then obviously things really changed toward the end of March here in the Valley. So what they had to do is they had to separate all of their equipment. You can see everything is very spaced out here. I think they initially planned to bring about 6 more pieces of equipment in here, but they said, you know what, we're going to pause. We're going to hold on those for now. So as we come around this side, we're going to talk a little bit about this place. It's not officially opened yet. They're hoping for opening sometime in October. But in the meantime, we've got some exercises that you can do at home. So joining me this morning is Jake. He is the owner here of Todd Smith Fitness. You're right at about 40th Street in Indian School. What is the goal of this place once you get it open and people working out here every day?
Yeah, so our market is those that really value their time. So everything that we do is rooted in safety so that you don't get injured. We find that if you get injured, you have to take time off, and then you're spinning your wheels over and over again. So everything that we do is on a risk versus benefit basis, meaning that, as you can see B here, he's doing some external rotations with the band, which is a fantastic exercise you can do from home.
And it's harder than it looks, I will say.
Exactly. And so
I learned the hard way 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and so by doing that, it's your shoulders in what's called an external rotation, which is going to open up your chest and help work the muscles in your back. As we're sitting, slouching over on our phones more, especially during COVID, we're sitting way more. These exercises are becoming even more important. And so these are the cornerstone of our warm-up. So this is a great movement you can do from home. And then let's go into the horizontal abduction as well. Another movement, again, just to help ignite the back of your shoulders. If you're sitting all day, if you're cramped up, this is another just amazing exercise to do. And what we really focus on is you as the individual. So if you come in, you have shoulder issues, you have back issues, or maybe you just want to feel better and have more vigor and just absolutely feel your best.
Are you getting tired? A little bit. Okay, he doesn't have a microphone on, but you paused. Okay, so after a handful of reps, you definitely get that workout in.
Exactly. So what we're doing, now we're going to go into a band pull apart. So these are exercises that are usually left to just not do. Most trainers aren't having their clients do this, but what's going to happen now as Barrett goes into his compound movements, which are the movements you see, or the chest press, or the pull down, or anything that's really going to engage a lot of muscles, now he's properly warmed up, so now he's not going to injure himself. So that's the biggest key here when doing that by a risk versus benefit basis, making sure that he's properly warmed up to do the exercises correctly.
And these are things that we actually can all do at home if we just get a few bands. We've got about 30 seconds left. You're going to show us one more exercise. What is it?
So this is the back extension, usually done wrong. So what we try to do is tell our clients, posture is key. So how you set up your back is key on here. So see how he's got a nice flat back. His shoulders are retracted. You have so many muscles sitting on your shoulder, your girdle right here. So it's very important when you do this movement, that's retracted back. Now what he's going to do is going to hinge forward, so come down, and he's going to come back up. So notice, if you see people at the gym, they're usually doing a crazy range of motion. We keep things really super tight so that we can just focus on the muscle that we're trying to work, which is the glutes and hamstrings. One of the best exercises you can do right now to just open that back up. If you have back pain from sitting all day, this is a fantastic exercise to do.
I just wish I could do that while looking at you. I wish my body could transform. We appreciate it. You guys are trainers, obviously been working together, so they're in the quarantine bubble, so they're okay to touch each other, which, you know, obviously we're keeping our space this time. But again, 40th Street and Thomas, hopefully they'll be open soon, but in the meantime, they're prepping, getting everything ready for that opening date whenever it is.